Life is chaotic, unpredictable, and often filled with suffering. But what if you had a set of guiding principles to help you navigate through it with strength, discipline, and purpose? In his groundbreaking book, 12 Rules for Life, clinical psychologist Dr. Jordan Peterson offers powerful insights on how to bring order to the chaos of existence. In this audiobook summary, you'll discover practical yet profound rules that can reshape the way you think, act, and live. From standing tall with confidence to seeking meaningful responsibility, Peterson combines psychology, philosophy, and timeless wisdom to help you build a life of integrity and resilience. Get ready to explore life-changing principles that will challenge your perspectives, inspire self-improvement, and empower you to lead a more disciplined, meaningful, and fulfilling life. Let's dive into 12 Rules for Life, where timeless wisdom meets practical action. Rule number 1. Don't lie. Have you ever wondered how much we use words to get what we want? Carefully crafting our wording seems like an easy solution to fit in or reach personal goals. But living that way can cause a person to lose themselves. Now think about someone who always avoids conflict and follows the rules without question. Such a person convinces everyone, including themselves, that everything is fine, becoming a mere reflection of others' expectations. It is one of the most damaging forms of lying, often disguised as politeness or conformity, making it difficult to recognize until it has caused significant harm. The inability to reveal yourself to others prevents self-discovery. So what happens if we stop lying? Being truthful helps reduce anxiety and gives life structure. Other people's opinions can guide you, but only if you follow them with understanding, not mindlessly. Developing your character rather than pursuing status or power will make you stronger and better equipped to handle life's challenges. So be mindful of your words and actions and aim to stay true to yourself. Rule number 2. Speak your mind. We tend to perceive things superficially to avoid cognitive overload. Doors catch our attention only when we need to pass through them, and a clock becomes a thing of interest when we're concerned about time. The same goes for people we often don't see beyond the immediate moment, missing the past and future that might better define them. Yet beneath these impressions lies the reality. Everything is interconnected, creating a complex web of cause and effect that we only partially comprehend. That's why it's so important to express yourself clearly. When you communicate openly and thoughtfully, you invite others into your world. It helps them understand what matters to you, and that's how genuine connections take shape. Rule number 3, step up and stand tall. You probably don't think much about lobsters, but they're more like us than you may think. Their simple nervous systems, with large, easy-to-observe neurons, have helped scientists learn about more complex creatures like humans. Lobsters, just like us, crave peace and security, and they'll fight tooth and claw to protect their territory. They engage in boxing matches with claws up, battling it out for dominance. Defeated lobsters lose confidence. In extreme cases, their brains change to reflect their lower status. Conversely, winning boosts serotonin, making the victor feel on top of the ocean. This lobster behavior is similar to our own. Human society also revolves around hierarchy, and confidence often places some on top, while others slump lower with each misstep. But here's the good news. No matter how many mistakes you've made, it's not a life sentence. Natural selection thrives in a constantly changing world, meaning everyone has a chance to adapt. Take a page from the lobster's playbook, a creature with 350 million years of evolutionary wisdom. Stand up for yourself, literally and figuratively. You'll feel better, and others will see it too. Rule number 4, choose growth over resentment. Take a moment to reflect on your life. Have you fully embraced your opportunities, or is bitterness holding you back? People who experience evil might pass it on, but they can also learn from it. For instance, someone mistreated by a parent might realize the harm it caused and choose to become a better, more compassionate figure for their child. Instead of looking outward for change, look inward for guidance. This doesn't excuse those who've hurt you, but remember, their choices are not your responsibility, and your life isn't tied to their change. Waiting for them to reflect on their actions only hinders your growth. Healing begins when you decide to take ownership of your destiny. Trust your inner strength. Each step forward will open the door to a life of greater clarity and peace. Rule number 5, choose your circle wisely. Friendships can significantly impact your life, often shaping your outlook meaningfully. However, finding yourself in relationships that don't feel balanced is quite common. Then it's helpful to pause and ask yourself if any of these patterns resonate. Feeling like you don't deserve better friendships, putting others' needs above your well-being, staying to avoid being alone, doubting your expectations and judgment, avoiding confrontation. If a friendship consistently drags you down, it might be time to reevaluate, prioritize your needs, and empower others to take responsibility. Not everyone who struggles is ready for change, and some may lean on you more than is healthy. Surrounding yourself with people who push you toward your potential is not selfish. A good friend wants you to win at life as much as they want it for themselves. So, choose your circle like you choose your battles, carefully and purposefully. If you have a friend whose friendship you wouldn't recommend to your sister, or your father, or your son, why would you have such a friend for yourself? Rule number 6. Listen, speak, discover. Talking helps us think and make sense of the world, but it's not something we do alone. We need others to hear our stories. That's why when you listen, people often find solutions to their problems just by sharing their thoughts. Focus on understanding others' viewpoints without immediately jumping to conclusions. The most rewarding conversations involve an exchange of ideas where both people are fully engaged. They are committed and energized in their drive to discover the truth, making their conversation meaningful. So always listen, not just to the other person, but to yourself as well. True wisdom doesn't come from what you already know, but from the ongoing search for deeper understanding. Did you know? A 2024 study by Colorado State University shows that American adults still maintain an average of 4 to 5 friends. However, 42% of people feel they aren't as close to their friends as they would like to be. Rule number 7, compete only with your yesterday self. No matter how skilled you are, there's always someone who makes you feel like an amateur. You might be great at cooking, but you're no Rene Redzepi or Gordon Ramsay. Or you might know a lot about literature but haven't won a Nobel Prize yet. When your inner critic starts comparing you to others, notice how it drains your motivation step by step. 1. It zeroes in on one arbitrary area of life and pretends that's all that matters. 2. It finds someone exceptional in that field and highlights the gap between you and them. 3. It uses that gap as proof that you're losing. But here's the truth. Life isn't just one big game. It's made up of many smaller ones. Imagine if you were great at everything. Would you be growing? Victories come from doing difficult, unfamiliar things. So never compare yourself to others. You're playing a unique game that you only can master. Dare to try something new. Observing progress will motivate you to continue, conquer doubt, and welcome changes. Rule number 8. Patience and self-discipline pay off. Why not take everything we can, whenever we can? Why not live purely for immediate gain? Because the pleasure of expediency is fleeting. There's a more mindful alternative, giving up something now for a better future. You carry character with you wherever you go, and it allows you to prevail against adversity. It's not about deprivation by learning to control impulses. You create space for lasting benefits, both personally and socially. But it's not an easy task. No one can just stop procrastinating, drop their bad habits, and replace their temptations with productive tasks overnight. We're not machines. We're people with a nature we must recognize and work with. However, you can improve by gradually introducing new habits and rules into your routine. As you start to notice positive changes within yourself, you will also observe the impact on the people around you. Your transformation can serve as a source of motivation for others, inspiring them to join you in making the world a better place. Rule number 9 for kids: discipline equals love. Effective parenting involves balancing compassion with discipline to help children grow into well-adjusted adults. They need structure, clear rules, and appropriate consequences to learn how to interact with the world. Thus, discipline is not punishment, but a necessary act of responsibility. Your role as a parent is to be a guide and teacher, which is more important than simply being your child's friend. By setting clear boundaries such as teaching them to express emotions in healthy ways, show gratitude, and keep their promises, you're preparing them to thrive in society. It's also important to be aware of your own emotions because children are susceptible to others' stress and fatigue. Recognizing areas where you can improve your approach creates a more secure, supportive environment that helps your child build confidence and resilience. Rule number 10, remove the bubble wrap. One important thing to remember is that people, especially children, need space to take risks. Picture a 10-year-old skateboarding down the street. They might fall, but that's exactly how they learn to balance, adapt, and improve. Shielding them from every danger doesn't help in the long run. Instead, it keeps them from figuring out how to deal with life's ups and downs. Being strong means standing firm when you must, while considering the needs of those you lead. When we give someone the chance to face challenges, like tackling something that might be tough, we let them build their toolkit for managing adversity. They start to trust their abilities, realizing they can handle more than they thought. But they miss out on those crucial lessons if we're too overprotective, constantly stepping in to prevent risk. This approach can lead to an inability to cope with life's unpredictability. As always, the key is balance, ensuring a certain level of safety while still leaving enough room for them to explore, fail, and learn. Rule number 11, you are your greatest asset. Imagine a group of people all given the same prescription. What happens next? A good portion of them won't even fill it. Out of the rest, many will skip doses, quit early, or not start at all. Now flip the script. Let's say the patient is a pet. Oddly enough, people take better care of their animals than themselves. However, even from a pet's perspective, this isn't ideal. Your dog, who likely loves you, would be better off if you were happy and healthy. A strong relationship thrives on mutual respect, where both of you feel safe to be vulnerable. The truth is, you matter not just to others, but to yourself. You have a unique part to play in life, which comes with a responsibility to look after yourself. Think about how you care for someone you love. Wouldn't you want to offer yourself the same level of kindness and attention? Rule number 12. Savor little moments. If you encounter a cat while on a walk, try crouching down and calling it over. Sometimes it may run away. However, there are moments when the cat will come close, nudge its head against your hand, and purr, enjoying the brief interaction. Pay attention to small moments like these. Even on a tough day, there are opportunities for unexpected joys. Maybe it's a perfect cup of coffee from a cafe that values its customers, the warmth of a stranger's smile, or the unexpected harmony of street musicians playing your favorite song. If you take notice, those brief interactions could serve as a reminder that the beauty in life, however fleeting, can sometimes outweigh its inherent difficulties. Of course, there's a chance the coffee will be too bitter, the musicians will miss a note, or the person you lock eyes with will shy away awkwardly. But you'll only know if you dare to notice life as it unfolds around you. There's only one chance to experience it, so embrace it fully. And when you see a cat on the street, take a moment to pet it. That concludes the audiobook summary of 12 Rules for Life by Jordan Peterson. These powerful principles remind us that by taking responsibility, facing challenges head-on, and bringing order to our own lives, we can create a meaningful and fulfilling existence. If you found this summary insightful, make sure to like the video and share it with others who might benefit from these life-changing lessons. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon so you never miss out on more inspiring audiobook summaries. Keep striving to become a stronger, wiser, and more resilient version of yourself. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you in the next audiobook summary.